Mr. Lynch lives or will be alive forever. Good morning, Mr. Massimiliano, simple, oh 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 simple, David, stay not Lynch. It's March 6th, 2025, and it's Thursday in Naples. Today, once again, I think this is fourth, also fifth, five, you can say, let's say fourth consecutive yesterday's totally clear atmosphere, and touch as I know it's nearly practically 13 and 53. 620 Fahrenheit 17 Celsius, this means this is really cold, like this fact colds the classic adjective resource for the winter periods. Questa forse o terzo a sapere non ci mai che provare questo poi occhio io sono così non c'ero a trovare sia nel mio sito presente stesso ti si metà insieme a qualcosa perché ti ho scelto cioè aspetta ne vorrei separato questo io ho fatto farmi la dite dovessi tu ethical operations spiega di autunno l'esame magari ti spiega il mio fix fa che spiega di autunno sono città software l'esame agenti 8 sono senza che sia classica e adesso ricordo che se test for me was something così fino da absolutely come better it's cool in winter partiva in last week si legal even if so set few weeks you know no as weeks and matter days in less than 20 days we enter in spring so still winter assieme associate textual media from the same years better twice span this meter is a room of meter is such a thread these 2 points are the showers fat filter where for così come si posso vedere questi 2 points it's always fatto gold for this affiliates and replica but is also second aspect poi consistency che in genere infatti questa affermazione all'interno della remember winter queste crisi sono consigliamo of the aspects perché te l'ho fatto qualche response nella crisi in genere for me the temperature is good because also the condition situation so all the summer these things is good and then for some people feel in the sessions such as for me about on this non ci sono tempo not for example con showers si ti posso in genere più ma tu showers so erano si penso da insieme a situazione absolutely I say for sure se mi dico si fa così just for it's really beautiful like stissimo for can give you the emotion of this you if you know I think that the number of season maybe it is just before 620 because of any 17 but really important thing was atmosphere it's anticipated just before today Who's getting with the shy factors near me and what the beautiful sunshine as we can notice, and I also kiss it. It's impossible to not kiss it from these days when it's so beautiful, this sun. But yes, we don't know that considering the period and considering it very really, from now we live them hours and 55 minutes. Comparison per emphasis è completely different schedule. Well, so, sì, insomma, io capito, insomma, tutto spiegazione yes. Infatti noi in senso si vede quote, perché se sto for the logo per fare cattivare vita, ridi senza quanto yes. Also di sapere per te pensa what's visible never near try for me, but for me also though it's better visible, non sentire, and it's shot, at si continua generation. La si riguarda da green roller shooter, questo è inizio not visible, in general visible, lo sono che mi mette si pensa di shot of series, at si continua generation. And finally, from a video game, GX, the 40, EPG. Secondo te fa, also sono di segreti, non mi generation. Who's getting with the shy factors near me and what the beautiful sunshine as we can notice, and I also kiss it. It's impossible to not kiss it from these days when it's so beautiful, this sun. But yes, we don't know that considering the period and considering it very really, now we live them comparison per emphasis è completely different schedule. Well, so, sì, insomma, io capito, insomma, tutto spiegazione yes. Infatti noi in senso si vede quote, perché se sto for the logo per fare cattivare vita, ridi senza quanto yes. Also di sapere per te pensa what's visible never near try for me, but for me also though it's better visible, non sentire, and it's shot, at si continua generation. La si riguarda da green roller shooter, questo è inizio not visible, in general visible, lo sono che mi mette si pensa di shot of series, at si continua generation. And finally, from a video game, GX, the 40, EPG. Secondo te fa, also sono di segreti, non mi generation. But beautiful the people follow the journey. The person is repeating it well. Also, the man is myself. To run so skins, and finally, I get breakfast. Today it's late. So from now, it's late. I'm from Mars. The blue party at 500 reactions. 7 minutes 3. To Saturday, breakfast at 15 is 3 minutes. I restarted with at 15 remember partner met the fruitful non so finché te record this record sembra così it's so essere however today repeat necessarily close so the record close late also from just in quarter 13 50 but really the thing shows memory that in some way also today part so memory young so say like is also most things of the world. Absolutely. And so since few new shots are my favorite because the particular one that two things. The first one is about the make fact these new shots not only can see it the coffee così tutti sono scritti ciò che fa che sul testo una short fragment video the short and within this also the bracket and rubber because the breakfast was about the particular of the last weeks or period a mega bomb the second thing is about the serious fact and if the other beautiful serious start Conan the Dancing for me this at the second place or position because at the first place or position the Erbarme the Dancing in fact I truly recommend them because they are really superb. Also, tomorrow I suppose if I want to die. In fact, I don't know until tomorrow what will happen. Mi auguro che sì.